Let's settle into our seats. Make sure you're comfortable with a blanket or a pillow underneath you. You could be sitting on a chair tonight. Let your hands rest on your legs. Let's close our eyes and settle into our yoga practice this evening. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and let it out through your mouth. Let's try that again. Breathe in and let it go. And one last time. And let it out. Be quiet for a moment. Eyes are closed. Observe your breathing. Can you feel your heart beating? Keeping your eyes closed, start to move yourself around tiny circles, moving into larger circles. Only changing direction of your circles whenever it feels comfortable. Please keep in mind for the duration of the class, there's no forcing. There's no judgments. There's only observations of your own breath and body. So just a couple more times around, check in with how your hips are feeling. How's the back feeling today? Shoulders, neck. Just a few more times around. Notice it might be getting easier and smoother. Now let's transition into the rhythm of the elephant. So lean yourself in front of your hips. Sway from one side to the other side. Breathe deeply to one side. Exhale out to the other side. Back and forth. Let your lower back soften. Allow each breath to be full. Let each breath be deep. Maybe pausing at the very top of the breath. Maybe pausing at the bottom. Notice your breath can synchronize with your movement. Now, when you're ready, take yourself to one side, put your hands on each side of one of your legs, take a breath, and on your own exhale, gently bow to where it feels safe and comfortable. As you let your head hang down, let your shoulders both relax. Let your head hang down so your neck can be soft. Let your neck release. Take a deep cleansing breath in. Let it out with a great big sigh. Shake your head a little yes, a little no. With an inhale, rise back up, hands on your legs. Exhale here. Now take another deep cleansing breath in, and again let it out with a sigh. When you're ready, turn to the other side. Breathe in and bow to where it feels comfortable. Let your head hang. Let your shoulders relax. Let your neck be soft. Let your neck release. Take another deep cleansing breath in. Let it out with a great big sigh. Shake your head gently, yes, a little no. With an inhale, rise back up. Put your hands on the legs. Exhale here. Now with a deep breath in, drop both shoulders up. Exhale, take your shoulders back and down. Try it one more time. Inhale, pull the shoulders up. Exhale, take them back and down. Put the hands on the floor in front of you, and when you gently bow, stretch out to where it's comfortable. Let your head hang. Let the shoulders relax. Let your neck be soft. Let your neck release. Please take this moment to balance your breath with the mind and your body. With a deep breath in, please rise back up. Place the backs of your hands together and lift them to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Open your arms out wide. Exhale, let your hands meet. Inhale, reach up tall. And when you exhale, take the hands to the heart. Namaste. Release your hands. Roll your shoulders just a couple of times. Now let the arms relax, setting any way comfortable. Let's work the neck and the face. Gently drop your right ear towards the right shoulder. Take your left hand out on the floor, move it back just enough. Open your eyes, look out the left side of your eye up to the ceiling. Lift the chin, only if it feels good, with the gaze. Now here's the hard part, folks. Relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath. Now let's recite the vowels. A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y, and then very slow and gentle, rotate your nose, look down at your right knee. Let your head hang. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders. Little yeses with your chin. Then bring your hand back to the knee. Tuck your chin into the chest. Little nose. Bring both shoulders to your ears. Lift your head up. Relax the shoulders back and down. Setting up tall, we're going to gently drop your left ear towards the shoulder. Take your right hand out on the floor and move it back just enough. You're going to open your eyes, look up to the ceiling with your right eyes, up that side, and lift the chin with the gaze. Take a deep breath and go. Now we're going to do the vowels, so really accentuate each vowel. A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y, and very slowly and gently rotate your nose, look directly down at your left knee. Now let your head hang, take a breath and just go. Little yeses with your chin. And then bring your right hand to the knee, tuck your chin into your chest, little no movements. Bring both shoulders to your ears, lift your head up, relax your shoulders back and down. Now we're going to meet each other on our hands and knees, so meet me there any way you would like. If you need to use a blanket or a pillow under your knees, go right ahead. If you want to use a chair, for goodness sakes, you can use the chair. Put your hands on the seat of the chair. Now get the elbows, soft spot of your elbows rotated forward or at least towards each other. That keeps your arms straight. You're going to work your spine. We're going to go into cat. And then we're going to move it into cow pose. And you're going to go back and forth from cat and flow it to cow. Breathe from crown of the head to your tailbone. Just a few times. Now, we're going to gently hold cow pose the next time your body is naturally into it. Keep your elbows straight. Listen to your neck. So maybe some of you let your head hang. Some of you may be looking up to the ceiling. Doesn't matter. Relax your butt muscles. Let this natural back bend happen. Take a couple of breaths there. Now, on your next exhale, round your back up to the ceiling and then inhale, come into cow pose. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Gently go back and forth. Please observe this breath. Now, the next time you have cat, hold cat. Relax your butt muscles. Keep breathing. Now, try to get that sensation of your head being drawn down by gravity, like it's being suspended by a spring. Shake your head a little bit. See if you can loosen those tight neck muscles, folks. Now, the next time you exhale, look forward, come into cow pose, listen to your neck, and then inhale to cat, exhale to cow. Again, maybe you're looking at the floor in cow. You're going to inhale to cat, exhale cow. Observe this breath technique. Now, they feel different, but they do different things to the body. Good stuff. Now, the next time you have cat, hold the cat for just a breath. Toes are relaxed, press your hips low. If you're adapting to the chair, you're reaching your arms out long, you're reaching your hips back, and you're letting your head drop between your arms. Take a couple of breaths. If you're on your knees, some of you have your head on the floor. Some of you, it's dangling a million miles away. Now we're going to inhale, lift all the way back up. Walk your way just a bit to the left side. Let's go from cat pose and then move it to cow. Flow back and forth from head to your tail and breathe full. Breathe deeply. Just a few times. Keeping those elbows straight, butt muscles relaxed. The next time you have cat, please hold the cat, shake your head, and then press your hips low to the heels. Reach your arms way out long to the left. Elbows are off the floor. Head drops between the arms. We're going to put that right hand on top of your left hand and twist the right side body into the middle. And you're going to breathe there. Inhale. Come all the way back up. Walk your way over to the right side. Hands under the shoulders. Elbows are straight. We're going to go from cat. Move it into cow. Flow back and forth from head to tail and breathe there. Now, you may enjoy doing one of the breath techniques. Maybe you liked it better inhaling to the cat. Maybe you preferred exhaling to it. Just a couple more times. Loosen your spine. Then the next time you have cat, hold the cat, shake your head, and then press your hips low to the heels. Reach your arms way out long to the right side. Elbows are off the floor. Head drops. Now put the left hand close or on top of the right hand. Twist to the middle. Please take a breath or two there. Then inhale. Lift all the way back up. Come back to the middle. Press it back into a child's pose. And then we're going to lift all the way back up. Kids, we're going to come up. So if you want to, you could just come up. If you want to, you can roll your toes under, press your hips back. If you are not doing bird on a perch tonight, if you're standing up, you can practice the Hindu squat, taking the feet out wide, holding onto the chair and getting into a deep squat. If you're with me and playing with your toes on the floor, you relax your toes, hips to the heels. Also, you can roll your toes under standing and still get that nice stretch. Now we're going to roll our toes under and we're going to get our hips to our heels. Some of us are going to lift those knees up off the floor. Others are going to play with the Hindu squat with their chair. Others have already got themselves in the balanced pose. Practice squatting any way that's comfortable. This gets the ears, shoulders over your hips, even in the Hindu squat. Now we're all going to meet in our forward fold. So heels of your feet are on the mat. They're opened out as wide as your pinky. You're bending right at your hip crease. So your belly and thighs are comfortably resting with each other. You have to do this, at least 5 million times before this really allows your shoulders to hang and relax over your knees. Let your head hang down. Let your hands rest on the floor and take a breath and go, shake your head a little bit. All this evolves, especially forward fold. Some of you want to straighten your legs a little bit. Others say absolutely not. Ribs and thighs still touch each other. One more breath, we're going to relax. Turn the palms out in front of you. Use your arms like wings, knees like shock absorbers. We're going to come up, touch your hands. We're going to press the air all the way down. We're going to inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, press it down. One last time. Inhale, take the hands up. Exhale, press your hands all the way down. Let's bring the fingertips down. Now, just for grins and giggles, I'm turning so you can see. You don't have to. Take your shoulders up to your ears. Now, relax your shoulders down. Maybe move them a little bit. Didn't know they were tight, did you? Turn your fingers in towards each other. Bring your shoulders up. Now relax them down. Maybe wiggle them a little bit. Now turn your fingers down. Bring them up. Relax them down. Then point your fingers out in front of you. Reach your hands out. Palms up. It's just like here's the church, here's the steeple. We're opening this book out, but we're opening. Yeah. Now backs of your hands come together. Shoot your fingertips out. Let's see if you can touch your hands together, those fingers together. Press back with your inner thighs, pull your tummy in and up. You can move your shoulders, you know. If they're tight, you may not want to. Drop your hands down, open those hands out like a book. Now we're going to close the book. Bring the hands back to the heart. Let's continue with the shoulders. We're going to do reverse Anjali Mudra. So the way we have our hands in front of us, we're going to attempt to do it behind us. Maybe we're just sticking our hands in our back pocket and drawing the shoulder blades together. That's okay. But maybe you can touch your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pointer finger together. Maybe you can get your pinky to touch. Maybe your thumb can touch. Maybe that's enough for you. Maybe you're somewhere here, or you have all your fingers. Now, notice if you give your knees a bend and just give your back a little scoop, it helps you get your hands a little higher, only if you wanted to. We're attempting to get the palms of our hands together. I couldn't do this for years. Again, every pose, even the silliest pose, evolves into something really wonderful. This may be one of the evenings you have an aha moment to one of the poses. May not be this one tonight. Now, while you're here, look at your feet. Are the heels opened out? Inner thighs pressed back, belly button in and up. Our butt muscles are relaxed, so we feel the tailbone root to the floor. Now we're going to slowly release this. Don't do it quickly. Savor every painful feeling you have here. Oh, and then drop those hands down, shake them out. Ooh. Now we're going to release the hands. So interlace your hands, wiggle your wrists around. Just move them around. Now how your hands are interlaced, you're going to unhook them and interlace them the opposite way. Feels peculiar, doesn't it? Work your wrists around. Now you don't have to move. I'm turning so you can see better. We're going to do palm tree. So again, look at those feet. Keep your hands interlaced in that odd way. Open those heels out. Make sure they're opened as wide as your pinky toes. Press back with your inner thighs, belly in and up. We're going to press the heels of your hands up. If you do not want to do this because of shoulder issues, put your hands on your hips. With an inhale, come up on your tippy toes. Press the heels of your hands up. Keep breathing. On your own exhale, press the heels down. Let's do it again. Inhale, come up, balance on your tippy toes. Our hands could be on your hips, or heels of your hands are pressing upward. Another breath, kids. Then we're going to bring it down. One more time, we're going to come all the way up. Take another couple of breaths. And on your exhale, we're going to release your hands. Bring your heels of your feet down and find that balance. Roll the shoulders. So we're going to do cow face, and most of you need the strap. Not everybody. Grab your strap. Let's put it in your left hand. Take that left hand straight up to the ceiling. Drop that hand behind your back. Your right hand's going to reach over and grab the elbow and give it a little pull down the back. So if your hand won't reach the elbow that way, your right hand can reach over and just push that left hand back. Press back with the inner thighs, belly in and up. Now we're going to twist with this. So we're going to take a nice deep breath and exhale. We're going to twist to the right side. Keep holding that elbow. Press the right hip forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left side. Hold it and keep breathing. Inhale back to center. Now right hand's going to drop down. Hopefully that will make the twist when we have it into the pose easier. Spread your right hand wide. Turn the palm back behind you. Bend your elbow. You're either going to grab that strap low, maybe somewhere in the middle, maybe up high towards your hand. Maybe your hands are able to touch each other and hold each other's hands. Now we're going to point that left elbow up. Point that right elbow down. We're going to take a deep breath and exhale. We're going to twist to the right again. Press the right hip forward. Keep breathing. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left side. Hold it. Keep breathing. Press that left hip forward. It wants to come back with it, with the shoulder. Inhale back to center. Release your arms. Roll your shoulders around. I think that's why they call it cow face, because you go, oh, afterwards you make cow sounds when you're releasing it. Now let's get the other side. Your right hand's going to hold your strap. You're going to bring it up. Drop the hand behind you. Left hand's going to reach over and grab the elbow and press that hand down further. Maybe you have to press from the front of the arm. Either way, we're going to breathe there and get that hand stretched. Get the triceps stretched. We're not going to be quick tonight with it. We're going to take a deep breath and we're going to twist to the left side. Press the left hip forward. Don't twist any further than it's comfortable. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right side. Press that right hip forward. Keep breathing. Inhale back to center. We're going to release the left hand down. Spread your fingers. Turn the palm back behind you. Bend your elbow. Grab your strap low, maybe in the middle, maybe up high. Maybe you can grab your hand. You're going to point the elbow, right elbow up, left elbow down. And remember, hands on your hips if that doesn't feel good. Lengthen tall and exhale, twist to the left side. Press that left hip forward and breathe. Inhale back to center and exhale to the other side. Press that right hip forward. Point that right elbow up. Keep breathing. And then inhale back to center. Release it. Roll your shoulders. Now we're going to come down to the floor. If you choose to come down in a forward fold, come down with me that way. So we're going to make sure the feet are pointed straight ahead. We're going to throw the thumbs back, pinkies forward. With an inhale, we're going to take our hands up, touch our hands, part the air, pull that tummy in, keep your back secure, and then put your belly onto your thighs. Now relax your muscles in your back. Let your shoulders go. Let your head hang. Let your back stretch. Keep the knees bent. Tummy and thighs touch each other. If this is not your favorite pose, you remember you can put your hands on the chair. Try this pose even if it's difficult. Let your head hang. Everybody, take a deep breath. Now there are 8 layers of tendons surrounding and supporting your spine. I bet they didn't relax yet. Let's take another deep breath. Belly is being supported by thighs. Take a deep breath. Shake your head. Little inversion, huh? Now, we're going to gently straighten the legs as much as your hamstrings can handle it. Shake it a bit. And then if you want to do reverse bird on a perch, we're going to come down onto our tummies. And we're going to come up first. We're going to come up, heels up off the floor. Come up on your toes. So if you're not doing this, meet me on your tummies. But if you're feeling balanced, go ahead and take it in. And then we're going to bring our hands down. If you want to hop back and come into plank and meet me on your belly, you can. Or you can gently lower yourself down onto the mat. Excuse me. Stack your hands. Excuse me. Stack your hands and put your forehead on your hands. Now, once you have your head on your hands, your elbows are relaxed, wiggle your hips a little bit. Make sure the heels of your feet are flopped out. We're going to come up into Sphinx pose, but we're going to make sure your neck is comfortable. As long as it's safe for your lower back, please come up onto your elbows. If you need to, you can put a prop underneath your head to support your head. A yoga block or a pillow, holding it between your hands is good. We're not going to stay here for very long, but let the heels of your feet rest out. If it's too much for your lower back, maybe take the feet out and the legs out a little wider. Now, if it's too much, you're going to go back to where we were with your hands stacked and your forehead on your hands. We're going to stretch the neck gently. With an inhale, Exhale, look over one shoulder. Your nose could be low, your nose could be high. It doesn't matter. What feels good? It could barely even move. Doesn't matter. Are you breathing? Feel the rise and fall of your breath. If your head is on your hands, remember you've turned your head down onto one cheek. With an inhale, please bring your nose to the center, and exhale, look over the opposite shoulder. Hold it and keep breathing. Now remember, you don't have to look very far. Your nose could be low, it could be high. If your head is on your hands, you've just turned your head to the opposite cheek. Relax your tummy as you feel that rise and fall. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower yourself down. Put your arms by your side. Palms of your hands are turned up. One cheek is rested on the mat. You're going to bend the knees and crisscross your ankles a few times. And you're going to keep your feet up. Turn your head to the opposite cheek. And instead of crisscrossing, you're dropping your feet from side to side. Windshield wipers. Get a little twist in there for you. Now drop the feet down. Some of you want to do child's pose on your back. Others are going to come hips to heels into child's pose. Doesn't matter which child's pose is best for your body. I believe everybody who has come to this class knows what child's pose is best for them. Some people need blanket behind their knees, between their thighs and their calf muscles. Some people are on their backs. Just another couple of breaths. We want to decompress your back from that back bend we just did. One more deep breath, everybody. Then we're going to meet each other on our bottoms. So once you sit down, I'm going to turn a little bit differently on my mat. You can sit any way you want. All of you here have done this twist with me before. What we're going to do is lean over to the left side. We're going to bend our right knee and grab our right ankle and pull it to the outside of your hips. If you have tight hips and this is difficult, bringing your left foot to the inner part of your right thigh, setting like this feels kind of odd and cockeyed, get your blanket, fold it up, and start all over again. Setting up on that blanket, leaning over to the left side, grab that right ankle, pull it to the outside of the hip. Left foot comes to the inner part of your right thigh. So everybody's going to be in a little different position. You may need a pillow, one of your big pillows. So grab that as we're working into this pose. So we're going to take both hands over to the left side. We're going to walk our hands back as far as we can go to the left side. So set up nice and straight. Look over your left shoulder. Now, if you've done this pose with me before, you know we're trying to look over and find our right foot behind us. So most of us are not going to see it, and we may not even see it anytime in the near future. That's okay. Just take a look. Walk your hands back as far as it's going to go. Now feel that twist across your body. Make sure it's not hurting your knees. Remember, if one of your knees hurts, you adjust it appropriate for that particular knee. Now you're going to come down on your left elbow. Look over your left shoulder. Now, an awful lot of you are going to see your right foot behind you. Others aren't going to. Take a breath or two in that nice twist. Feeling that in the front of that right thigh there. Don't twist any further than it feels comfortable. You may not want to go very far to the left. Now, we're going to take our right hand If your shoulder's hurting, put your right hand on your hip and you're going to gently open your chest to the ceiling. You're going to look down at your left hand or you're going to look up to the ceiling. If your shoulder's feeling yummy, the right arm goes right by your ear, palm down, and you're stretching from your right knee out through your right fingertips. If your neck does not feel good, you're looking at your left hand, or maybe you're looking both. Maybe you're looking under your right arm, straight right arm, spread your fingers, look to the right palm of your hand if you can. Take one more breath there, get that nice deep lateral stretch. And then we're going to take our right hand and we're going to reach it out in front of us. And when we bring that right arm by our hip, we're going to flip the palm up to the ceiling. We're going to take the arm back just a little bit, not far. Look up to the ceiling or look down at your left hand. Open your chest. Then we're going to follow that way back the way we came, where we bring the right arm back by our ear, palm down, looking at your left hand. Drop your right hand down on top of the left. Now settle your right elbow down onto the floor. If that's an impossibility, grab your big pillow and stick your chest on top of it and let your head and your shoulders melt on top of it. If you're feeling good, those hands stack on top of the other. You're letting your forehead rest. To make it easy, you would let your left cheek rest on the hands. To make it harder, you would turn your right cheek on the hand. Neutral forehead is on the hand. Again, some of you want a pillow under your chest. Others of you are just rested out on the floor. Make sure your neck is comfortable. Make sure this pose is safe and comfortable. Maybe you aren't feeling it enough and you need to pick yourself up and walk yourself a little further to the left. Some of you have gone too far and maybe you need to pick yourself up and walk your way further over to the center, away from the left. Breathe into that. Feel that deep stretch in the thigh there, all the way up into the body. If you're feeling this in the back and it doesn't feel good, again, that's another reason to put some more pillows underneath your chest. If you want to feel it deeper, get rid of those pillows. We're almost complete with this pose. Try to relax everything in your hips, your thigh, your side body, your back. See if you can let something go in your shoulders. Please, just a couple more breaths. Allow everything to relax and settle. Let's take 2 more breaths. If you have not completed those breaths, stay there, but if you're finished with it, gently placing the hands under the shoulders. Don't come out of the twist yet. Hands are under the shoulders. Look over your left shoulder. Can you see your right foot now? Maybe some of you can see it. After you do that long enough, you will be able to. Walk your hands back to the center. Don't just come out of this pose. Once you've come back to the center, you reach over with your hand, grab your right ankle, pull your right foot in front of the left shin, and then pick that left knee up. Once you've done that, let's lay back in the hammock. Drop the hands back and rock your knees gently from side to side. What didn't you stretch in that pose? Now, before we do the other side, kids, Get the feet out wide apart, knees wide apart. You know the routine. Press one knee in, point the other knee up, and give it a little extra press if you want to. Lift that knee up and go to the other side. Press that other knee inward. And one more time to the first side. And last time to the second side. Now let's get those knees up and let's go to the other side. Sitting on a blanket or a pillow or not. Take yourself and lean over to the right side and bend your left knee and pull that heel to the outside of the hip. Your right foot goes to the inner part of your left thigh. Make sure you're comfortable. Adjust knees, pad things that if the top of your foot is hurting, get extra support there. Now get the hands over to your right side and set up as tall as you can. We're trying to look over the right shoulder. Remember, if your neck is hurting, you're just looking out a little bit to the right. You're going to look as far to the right if it feels comfortable. Maybe you can see your left foot behind you, can you? Maybe not. Take another breath, find that twist. Now notice how the twist changes when we come down. We're going to come down, our right elbow is going to go down where our right hand was, and we're going to look over the right shoulder. Now can you see your left foot? Look as far back there. Maybe you can see it. And again, if you're not working with the neck, you're looking where it's appropriate. Now let's get the lateral stretch. Let's put the left hand on your left hip and open your chest to the ceiling. If you're feeling good, you're looking up. If not, you're looking down at your right hand. If your shoulder's feeling good, left arm is by your ear, palm down. Spread your hand wide. And if you're feeling good, you look under your left arm to the palm of your left hand. It pulls your ears back. Are you breathing? Remember, if the neck hurts, you're looking down at your right hand. Now we're going to slowly take that left arm out in front of us. When the arm gets by our hip, we're going to flip the palm up, take the arm back, an inch or two. We're going to open the chest up. If the neck feels good, we look up, or we're looking down at our right hand. And in fact, if you have neck and shoulder issues, I suggest looking at your right hand and very slowly turning the head and looking up. Doing both poses, being very gentle about it. Now we're going to sweep that arm. We're going to bring it the way it came in. Out in front of us, palm down, left arm by our ear, palm down. Please look down at your right hand. Stretch it out from your left knee to your left fingertips. And then drop your left hand on top of your right hand. Left elbow settles down onto the floor. You're letting your forehead rest on your hands, or you're sticking a pillow under your chest. Make sure you're comfortable in this pose. Each side is different, day and night different. Allow everything in your back to release, your hips, your neck. To make it hard, you would be on your left cheek. To make it neutral, forehead. To make it easy, right cheek. Notice it feels completely different on this side. Take a couple more breaths there, kids. Let those shoulders release. Remember, if you wanted it deeper, you walk your elbows further to the right. If you need it less, you walk your elbows away from the right. Remember, turning your head changes the pose too. Maybe you didn't start out with pillows, but as you're laying here, you decide you want pillows, or vice versa. Just a couple more breaths, folks. Let the hips go. Let yourself twist in this gently to where the body's supposed to be. Now we're going to come out of the pose, kids, but be slow. We're not coming out of the twist, but we are putting our hands underneath the shoulders. We're setting up tall. We're looking over the top of the right shoulder. Maybe you can see your left foot now. Can you? And then gently walk yourself back to the middle. Can you believe how deep you were in that twist? Now you're going to grab your left ankle, pull it towards your right shin, and then pick your right knee up. Let's sit back in the hammock. Drop your knees from side to side. Get your feet and your knees really wide apart. Drop both knees down, not one knee up, both knees down, and maybe you need a prop. Try to set up. We're in the hammock, but you're still setting up. Bring the knees up and go to the other side. Feels completely different than when we have one knee up. Take another breath there. One more time to the first side. And last time to the second side. I can't recommend this silly stuff to do every day. This is what keeps the joints healthy and keeps them moving well. Bring both knees back up. Let's take our legs out in front of us. If you have tight hamstrings, I expect you're already up on a blanket or a big pillow. If you have so-so hamstrings, let's just pull the abundance out from under our hips. We're going to bend the knees slightly so we feel our hip crease. We're going to put our hands on each side of the legs. We're going to take a breath. We're going to keep the chest lifted, and we're going to put our tummy down onto our thighs. Now, if you can't do that, bend the knees more so your tummy and thighs come together. If you've got a tummy, get those feet out wider apart. Tummy and thighs together. That's where we're going. Once we've established tummy and thighs for our body type, chest is lifted, but you're tucking your chin down. So you're pulling that cervical curve out. You're lifting your heart and you're pulling your chest towards your feet. Breathe there. Feel that stretch your hamstrings. Ooh-wee, even if your knees are bent, you feel that stretch your hamstrings. Lengthen your chest towards your feet. If you want to, with your hands lightly pressed on the floor, you can gently draw those hands back, and as you're pressing the chest forward, tuck that chin. Don't curve your neck on this pose. One more breath, and on your own exhale, relax your head and bow, and take a couple of breaths. Maybe your knees are bent a lot and your feet are wide, and you're here. Some of you have your legs out long and your belly and thighs are touching. Everybody's just going to take a couple more breaths in the forward fold of their choice. Very slowly, very gently, use your hands to lift yourself back up. Once you do, we're going to take those legs out nice and comfortably wide. Again, if those hamstrings are tight, your hips are tight, you're setting up high on a pillow, on a blanket. Let's pull the abundance out from underneath our hips. Let's turn the toes up, spread the toes out wide. Now you feel the legs, don't you? Spreading the toes out wide, take those pinky toes, pull them back towards your knees. Keep the ankles up, curl your toes down. I'm sorry. Now relax your ankles, wiggle them around. Engage your feet. Press through the heels of your feet. Spread the toes out. Some of you need those extra pillows or the rolled up towels underneath your knees. Lift your collarbones up. Feel the hip crease. This may be as far as you go. Others are going, holy cow, I want to go a little further. But our chin is slightly tucked. You're looking at the spot where your feet would be if your legs are straight out in front of you. Now, we're keeping our back long and we're feeling the groin muscles. You don't have to go very far to feel this. In fact, never push beyond this pose, just to the edge. You never want to go further than that because we're in the connective tissues, which are extremely sensitive. The more you stretch into these connective tissues, they stretch. but it's like orthodonture. You don't wiggle your teeth in place. That doesn't work. It's a little bit of pressure over a long period of time to see great results. Same thing here. A little bit of pressure over a long period of time to have successful results. If you push too hard into it, you tear. Now, the awesome thing about your body is it's going to repair itself, but it has to tighten up in order to stitch itself back together again. So now you've created yourself, made yourself tighter rather than more flexible. So just another breath here, folks. Please be very slow, be very gentle about lifting yourself back up. Don't come out of the pose quickly. Work your ankles around. Flex and point them. Let's get the circulation back in there. Point your ankles out, curl your toes down. That's special too. Keep your ankles turned out like this. Just the toes, turn them up. Work your ankles around. Now lean back, slide the soles of the feet together, butterfly. Bounce your knees a little bit. Some of you have the heels of the feet close to your groin. Some of you have feet a million miles away. Some of you need pillows under your thighs. Others do not. You're going to lift your collarbones up. Gently pull yourself forward. Let your head hang. Let the arms relax forward. Stretch through your back. Please take 3 deep breaths out your back rib cage. On your exhale, pull your tummy in and upward to stretch the sacrum. I know several of you have come in from the office. This is stretching your neck and shoulders. Pulling the tummy in and upward is stretching your sacrum. After your last breath, let your breath just be. And shake your head a little bit. And then use your hands gently to lift yourself back up. Bring your hands right behind your knees. Bring your knees together. Drop your hands back behind you. Sit back in the hammock, rocking your knees from side to side. So when your head is below the heart, like we've done several times this afternoon, this evening, this helps balance your biochemistry. A lot of you, again, have come from work and you need that balancing. Work, home, sometimes we need that moment or two of just recentering. Move your hips down to the middle of your mat. Have your knees bent. Drop your back down onto the floor. Have the knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. If you need a blanket underneath your head to make your chin level to the floor, remember it's not balled up behind you or balled up under your neck. It's folded up neatly, just lifting your head up maybe a ½ an inch or so. Now, all we're going to do is make sure your toes are pointing straight ahead, heels of your feet are flat on the floor, and you're going to lift your hips up a little bit and wiggle them. Now take your hands and interlace your hands so the knuckles point upward to the ceiling. Have space between your wrists. So in other words, don't close the palms of your hands together. Don't put the heels of the hands together. Open them out. Now, with an inhale, you're going to lift your knuckles upward to the ceiling. Your arms stay straight. Keep breathing. Feel the shoulder blades lifted off the floor. Now, on your own personal exhale, pull the shoulder blades to the floor, but the elbows stay straight. Feel that? They may not have to move very far. Now, inhale, press the knuckles up. Exhale, pull your shoulder blades down. Inhale, press your knuckles up. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades down. Inhale, up. Exhale, pull them down. Inhale, press them up. Exhale, pull them down. And one more time. Inhale, push them up. Exhale, pull them down. Keep your hands interlaced. Bend your elbows out wide. And then unhook your hands and drop your hands out. Now, if you want to twist deeply, move your left foot to the middle of your yoga mat. The knee stays bent. If you don't want to twist deeply, just keep your left foot where it is. Take your right ankle leg and cross it tightly over your left leg and drop both knees down to the left side. Look straight up to the ceiling or look over your right shoulder. Now your elbows can be bent. Try to get your right shoulder anchored into the floor, and if it is up, grab your pillow or a prop. Stick it under your left thigh so that right shoulder anchors into the floor. Everybody will be in a different place. Nose points to the ceiling. Tuck your chin just a bit. Release it. And if you want to look to the right, you can, or look straight up to the ceiling if it's better. Maybe you need to look to the left, it feels better to you. Please take another couple of breaths there in this twist. Shoelace twist. Now, we're going to keep our knees crossed. We're going to lift the knees back up. You're going to drop both knees down to the right side. Now you may have to readjust the left foot and walk it out to the left side a little bit and readjust your right ankle so that it's on the outside of your left thigh. Try to walk that left foot out to the left side so the left knee is pointing to the front of your mat, or just a little bit further towards that area. We're stretching the front of your left thigh, the quadricep, your psoas. Breathe there. Right ankle on the outside of your left thigh, not on the knee, but close to it. The weight of your right leg is just pulling that left leg down, and you're breathing, letting it just happen. Now go ahead and slip that right ankle off your left thigh. Lift the knees back up. Walk your feet underneath you and lift your hips up. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your hips. Settle your hips back to the floor. Let's go back to the shoulders again. Interlace your hands. Space between your wrists so you see the palms of your hands. Shoulders start on the floor. Arms are straight. With an inhale, press your knuckles up to the ceiling. Exhale, arms are straight. Pull the shoulders down. Make sure they're not up in your ears. They're out of the ears. Inhale, push your knuckles up. Exhale, pull them down. Inhale, push your knuckles up. Exhale, pull them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now keep them down. Keep breathing. Bend your elbows out and then drop those hands out to the side, palms up. If you want to be in your twist deeply, put your right foot to the middle of your mat. If not, it stays where it's at. Left leg crosses tightly over right leg. Drop both knees down to the right side. Now start with your nose pointing up to the ceiling. Tuck your chin just a bit and then relax it. Look over your left shoulder if it feels good, straight up to the ceiling if it's better. Look to the right if you need to. Notice how different this side feels. Left shoulder anchors into the floor. Remember, you can have a prop under your, to the right side, supporting your knees. You don't have to go very far. Notice how different this twist feels. Each side is so different. Shoulders, hip, the back feels different. With an inhale, lift the knees back up. Uncross your legs. Lift your hips up. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your hips. Settle the hips down. I didn't get the other side. So we're going to put that left ankle back over your right. I heard you, Pam. You're going to drop your knees to the left side. You might want to take the right foot and walk it out to the right side so the right knee's pointing more to the front of the mat, or not. Some of you don't want that. Now you move your left ankle so it's on the outside of the right thigh, close to the knee, but not on it. Now just having the weight and relaxing into it, and that's hard to do. This is the first time you've done this. It's almost impossible to relax. But the more you do this, the more you're able to trust and breathe and relax. Nothing like effortless effort. Make it easy. Now go ahead and slide that left ankle off the right knee. Lift your knees up. Walk the feet underneath your knees. Lift your hips up and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Settle the hips down. Relaxation pose, kids. Knees touch. Feet go wide apart. Maybe you want to drop your hips a little lower between the feet. Maybe not. Let your sacrum open. Let your shoulders relax. Take a deep breath and go. Let yourself melt on the floor. Take another deep breath in and just go. Feel the day just drift away. Now, slow or extra slow, get that movement of pressing one knee down, pointing one knee up, and gently go from side to side, getting that internal rotation in your hip socket. This is such an important rotation that we need. We need it every day, and doggone it, it may be decades before we get around to doing it. It's not something that we do often. We don't run this way. We don't sit, very few of us sit this way. There's one or two of you that do. Breathe. And then gently bringing both knees back up, walk the feet and the knees in together. Please hug both knees into your chest, behind the knees, nose to bent knees, round your back. And then let your head and shoulders rest to the floor. Take both knees around like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling, with both knees going one way, going the other way. Get the pillow underneath your legs. Get ready for that Shavasana pose. Now let's get the circles in our hips. We didn't get them yet. So separate your knees. Take the knees apart and then bring them back together again in these circular movements, going one way around in tandem, going the other way around. Do it 2 or 3 times before you change the direction. You may hear clunks and bumps. That's normal. It changes too from day to day, depending on how you've sat all day, what you did this weekend. Now reach your hands between your legs, grab your feet and rock from side to side. Put a smile on because you're a happy baby. Stretch the legs out if you want to. And of course, if you want to experiment with dead bug pose, go ahead and send the heels to the ceiling, knees to the outside of the body, press your hips down, tuck your chin, pull your tummy in. Try to be relaxed with it. Take a breath. And then slide those legs out. Let the arms rest out. Adjust any clothing that seems to be in the way. Let the feet flop out. Take a deep breath in and let it out with a great big sigh. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath for a moment. Sip a little more breath in. Now blow it out hard. Take inventory of the body. Is there any discomfort, dis-ease? Are there thoughts, emotions that need to leave? Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath for a moment. Breathe in a little bit more and then blow out any discomfort, any dis-ease, thoughts, emotions. Let them leave. Let's do our two sounds of ah and Take a deep breath in. Let it out with ah. Take another breath in. Take a deep breath in. Ah. One more. Notice that vibration left on your lips. Let that vibration reverberate through the entire body. Imagine every cell of your body is able to open up and savor that delicious sensation. Find the sound of your own breath. Ujjayi breath. The sound of a wind or a wave that deepens and flows from head to toe, fingertip to fingertip. Notice that breath flowing from skin deep down to the bone. Let each breath soothe your body. Allow each breath to relax. Feel each breath release your whole mind. Bring your awareness to the spot between your eyes. Let all the tension release from that area. Feel that area soften, open. Notice that area becoming spacious. Allowing the forehead and the scalp to simply melt away. Allowing those waves of relaxation to flow deep into the face. The eyes soften. Cheeks relax. The jaws unhinge. Let the chin hang heavy. Notice every fiber in your neck softens, releases. Even the ears are melting further down. As you breathe deeply into the fronts of your shoulders, Notice the backs of your shoulders have simply melted away, allowing waves of relaxation to flow deep into your arms, soothing your hands. Notice it flowing to the fingers. As each breath expands your ribs just a bit more, notice the gentle wave, the flow of your breath. Let it release each burden gently into the night. As you breathe deeply into the fronts of your hips, notice the backs of your hips have simply melted away. Observe those waves of relaxation cascading deep into your thighs, soothing your knees as it flows deep into your calves and down to each one of your feet. Follow that flow from head to toe, fingertip to fingertip. Feel that breath flow from skin to bone. Let each breath soothe your body. Let each breath relax. Let it release the whole body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your ankles, wiggle your wrists. Take a nice deep breath in with any extra stretch you'd like. Bring yourself back to the body more fully, more completely. Only when you're ready, draw the knees up, roll to the right, roll to the left if it feels better. Stay on your side for just a moment. Let yourself come back a bit more fully. Now everybody's going to be in a different position. When you're ready, come up to any old seated position. You can be sitting in a chair. You can be sitting with your legs out. You could be sitting wide. You can be sitting on a pillow. Make sure you're comfortable. Once you do sit up, roll your shoulders. Now we're going to do lion's roar tonight. So if you didn't make your way up, you can lay on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. We're going to relax our shoulders. We're simply turning our head to one side. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out and go. Close the mouth, shake your head yes. Inhale, bring your nose to center. Exhale, look to the other side. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out and go. Close the mouth and shake your head yes. Bring your nose to center, chin level. One more time, open your mouth wide, use your eyes to look up and go. Close the mouth, tuck the chin into the chest, little no movements. Then bring both shoulders to your ears, lift your head up, relax the shoulders back and down. Please put your hands together and let the thumbs rest against your heart. You choose to Om tonight. Close your eyes. Invite a deep breath in. Namaste. It was truly an honor and a pleasure to get to play with all of you kids tonight. Thank you so much for coming to play with me. I hope you all feel well. Give me any feedback if you want to. Love to hear from you.